Okay, in this video I'm going to be showing how I treated an upper lateral that has a dark underlying structure. That's the patient presented, tooth number 10. She did not like the color of the crown, but more importantly she did not like the dark line up at the gum line. And that's not a metal collar, that's just simply her natural root. Because the tooth was previously root canal, the tooth did turn dark. And so after I removed the crown, which by the way, when I made my slice to actually remove it, the underlying structure is even of a gold color, and so it was kind of not even masking out that dark gray that we typically see with PFMs, but it actually was gold. And I actually think this was a Cap Tech crown that was probably made back in the 90s. But after the crown was off, you can see the underlying tooth is dark. And I know I still wanted to hide the gum line, or at least tuck the crown, the new crown, just slightly subgingival. So placing retraction cord, you can see from this slide about how much more tooth is revealed, so you can put the margin further up underneath the gums. And so now you can see the prep as it was before, well, I should say after the cord was in, but before prepping it. And now with the slide to the right, or with the picture to the right, you can see now the refined prep, which at this point looks like it's at the gingival, but once the cord is removed, it then becomes slightly subgingival. The tooth was dark, but I wanted to give the lab something lighter to work with, so I put a blocking white type of composite to kind of give the overall prep tooth a better shade to work with. And now you can see the difference of how it was before and how it was after I put in the block out composite. Makes it easier for the lab. And then we deliver the crown, she smiles, and everything is great. Now, if we look at the gum line, we pull the lips out of the way, you can see now that the dark line is gone. But the color of the crown that we put in on number 10, I think could have been a little bit better. You see, she already has a crown on tooth number 7, but that tooth never had a root canal. But tooth number 10 did. And so when you look at that bottom right picture, it just doesn't seem to have the same kind of texture as the other teeth, and the color looks a little bit different. Of course, when you stand back and look at the smile picture, or that tooth mixed with all the other ones, it doesn't stand out as much. But the gum line still has a slightly dark area, and I think the way that crown was built, I mean, the lab can only take it out so far facial. I think what the problem was is that even though I put the block out composite in there, it ended up leaving the lab very little facial room to build out the crown. So if I was going to go back and do this case again, I'd do everything the same, except I would have taken out a little bit more, I would have prepped a little bit more on the facial and then add back the composite, but then I would have then left even more room for the lab to actually build the porcelain on top of it. But in the end, I mean, it still looks better than where she started. The color is better, and the gum line is better, and there's no more metal. It's all 100% porcelain. And she was happy with the result. So hopefully some little tips and tricks you could pick up from this video will help you, and maybe you can learn from my tiny little mistake, at least how I'm going to do it better next time. So look forward to sending you guys my next video. Take care.